My first big flip, a little blue beauty. Alright, let me tell you a story. It was years ago. I was just starting out. I spotted this little blue Ford Fiesta. It looked a bit sad, a bit unloved, you know? The paint was dull, one wing mirror was cracked, the owner just wanted it gone. He was asking a very, very low price. My heart did a little flutter. I thought, Mike, this could be the one. It wasn't a supercar, not a classic Jag, just a humble Fiesta. But something about it just screamed potential profit to me. It needed a bit of love, that was for sure. I had a good poke around it. The engine sounded okay, a bit rough, but no major scary noises. The interior was a bit grubby, needed a good clean, but there was no serious rust, which is a biggie. I had a good feeling. I offered a bit less than he was asking, held my hand out, and he took it. Deal done. I drove it away, feeling chuffed. This little blue car was my project. I knew with a bit of elbow grease and some smart thinking, I could make a tidy profit on this motor. It was exciting. The first thing I did was give it a proper wash. You'd be amazed what a difference that makes. Then I got to work. I found a cheap replacement wing mirror from a scrapyard. I polished that paint until it shone like a new pin. Inside, I shampooed the seats and carpets. It was looking a million times better already. I changed the oil, new spark plugs, little things that make a car run sweeter. It wasn't a full restoration, just smart, cost-effective improvements, you see. That's the key. After a weekend of work, and not a lot of money spent, it was transformed. It looked fantastic. I put an advert online, good photos, honest description, and guess what? It sold within a few days for a very nice profit indeed. Lovely jubbly. That little blue Fiesta taught me so much. It showed me that you don't need a massive budget to start, you just need a good eye, a bit of effort, and the courage to get stuck in. That flip really lit the fire for me. The car flipper's golden rule: buy low, sell high. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What's car flipping all about? It's simple, really. The name of the game is to buy a car for a low price. Then you sell it for a higher price. The difference between those two prices, that's your profit, your lovely bit of dosh. It sounds easy, and sometimes it is. But there's an art to it, a skill you develop. You need to know what you're looking for, and how to spot a bargain. It's like a treasure hunt, but with cars. Why would someone sell a car cheap? Lots of reasons. Maybe they're moving abroad and need a quick sale. Perhaps they've already bought a new car and just want the old one off their driveway. Sometimes the car needs a few small repairs they can't be bothered with. Or maybe, just maybe, they don't know the true value of what they've got. That's where you, the savvy car flipper, can step in. You're looking for those opportunities, those hidden gems that just need a bit of polishing. It's not about ripping people off, not at all. It's about finding undervalued motors. You add value, either by cleaning them up, doing small repairs, or just by marketing them properly to the right buyer. You're providing a service in a way. You're taking a car that's perhaps a bit neglected and giving it a new lease of life. And for that, you deserve to make a profit. It's a win-win situation when done right. The seller gets a quick, easy sale for a car they no longer want. The thrill is in the chase. Finding that perfect car, the one you know you can turn a profit on. It could be a modern runaround, a classic sports car, or even a quirky old van. The principles are the same. Buy it right, do what's needed but not too much, and then sell it smart. That's the core philosophy. Keep that in mind, buy low, sell high, and you're already on the right road to becoming a successful car flipper. It's the fundamental building block of this whole business. Your secret weapon: doing the homework? Right, before you even think about handing over your hard-earned cash, you need to do your homework. Research is absolutely king in this game, mate. You wouldn't buy a house without looking into it, would you? Same goes for cars you want to flip. Knowing your stuff can save you a fortune and make you a fortune. What kind of cars are popular in your area? What are they selling for? These are the questions you need to answer. It's about being informed, not just guessing. Where do you start your research? The internet is your best friend here. Look at online marketplaces like eBay, AutoTrader, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace. See what similar cars are listed for, and more importantly, what they actually sell for. Check out owners' clubs and forums. People there will share common problems with specific models, what to look out for, and typical repair costs. This information is pure gold. It helps you spot a bargain or avoid a money pit. Knowledge is power, especially in car flipping. Understanding market value is crucial. You need to know what a particular make and model, in a certain condition with certain mileage, is realistically worth. This helps you identify cars that are priced too low, your potential profit. It also stops you from overpaying. Don't fall in love with a car and pay too much. Stick to your budget and what the market dictates. A good flipper is led by their head, not just their heart, even if they love cars. Emotions can cost you money. Also, research common faults for cars you're interested in. For example, some cars are known for rust in certain places. Others might have notorious gearbox issues. If you know this beforehand, you can check these specific areas carefully during an inspection. This will help you negotiate the price down if there are problems, or walk away if it's going to be too much hassle. Preparation, preparation, preparation. That's what separates the amateurs from the pros. It's the groundwork that leads to success. The detective work begins, inspecting the outside and inside. So you've done your research, found a potential motor, now it's time for the inspection. This is where you become a car detective. First impressions count, but don't be fooled by a car that's just had a quick wash. Look deeper, start with the bodywork. Walk all the way around the car. Look for dents, scratches, and mismatched paint. Mismatched paint can mean it's had an accident repair. Check the panel gaps. Are they even? If not, that could also be a sign of a previous bump. Then the big one, rust. Rust is a car flipper's nightmare. It can be expensive and difficult to fix properly. Check the usual spots: wheel arches, sills, under the doors, boot floor, and around the windscreen. Get down on your hands and knees if you have to. Don't be shy. Take a small magnet with you. If it doesn't stick to a panel, it could mean there's a lot of body filler underneath, hiding rust. Be thorough. A little surface rust might be okay, but serious rot is a red flag. Now let's move inside. The interior can tell you a lot about how a car has been treated. Are the seats ripped or heavily worn? Are the carpets stained or damp? Damp carpets can mean water leaks, which can be a real pain to sort out. Check all the electrics. Test the windows, lights, wipers, heater, air conditioning, if it has it, and the radio. Little things not working can add up, or be simple fixes that you can use to negotiate the price down. Don't forget to check the boot too for dampness or damage. Look at the dashboard for any warning lights. If the engine management light is on, that could mean trouble. Make sure the mileage on the odometer looks consistent with the car's age and condition. A very worn interior on a low-mileage car might be suspicious. Trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Being meticulous here saves you headaches and money later on. This initial visual check is super important before you even think about starting the engine. Section 5. Lifting the bonnet, checking the oily bits and the test drive. Alright, you've checked the outside and inside. Now for the heart of the car, the engine and the mechanics. Pop that bonnet, have a good look around. You don't need to be a master mechanic, but look for obvious things. Are there any visible leaks, oil or coolant? Check the coolant level and color. It should be bright and clean, not rusty or oily. Check the oil level on the dipstick. Is it black and sludgy, or a nice golden brown if recently changed? Low or dirty fluids can indicate poor maintenance. Look at the battery. Is it covered in corrosion? Are the terminals secure? Check the belts and hoses for cracks or wear. Listen when the seller starts the engine. Does it start easily? Are there any nasty rattles, knocks, or excessive smoke from the exhaust? A bit of white smoke on a cold day is normal, but blue smoke means it's burning oil, and black smoke can mean fuel problems. These can be expensive fixes. Always try to see the engine started from cold if you can. Don't forget the paperwork. Ask to see the V5C registration document, the logbook, to make sure the seller is the registered keeper. Check the MOT history online. It's free. It will tell you about past failures and advisories. This can give you a great insight into the car's past problems and how well it's been looked after. A thick wad of service history receipts is always a good sign. It shows the car has been cared for. Lack of history means you need to be extra careful. And now, the most important part, the test drive. This tells you so much. How does the clutch feel? Does the gearbox change smoothly? Do the brakes work well? Are there any strange noises or vibrations? Does the car pull to one side when you brake or accelerate? Listen for knocks from the suspension when you go over bumps. Drive it at different speeds, on different types of roads if possible. This is your chance to really feel how the car performs. If the seller is hesitant about a decent test drive, that's a warning sign. Section 6. Making the deal, how to haggle like a pro. You've done your research, inspected the car thoroughly, and taken it for a good test drive. Now it's time to talk money. This is where you can really make your profit margin by negotiating a great purchase price. The first rule of haggling, always be prepared to walk away. If the seller won't budge and the price isn't right for you, don't be afraid to say no thanks and leave. There will always be other cars. Don't get emotionally attached to one particular motor if the numbers don't add up. Use your inspection findings to your advantage. Politely point out any faults you found. The tires are a bit worn, that'll cost a bit to replace. Or, there's a dent on the wing, and the radio isn't working. Don't be aggressive, just factual. Explain that these things will cost you money to put right, so you need to factor that into your offer. Every fault is a potential reason for the seller to lower their price. Even small things can add up to a decent discount if you present them calmly. Cash is often king. If you can, make a cash offer. Sellers often prefer a straightforward cash deal as it's quick and simple. When you make your offer, start a bit lower than you're actually willing to pay. This gives you some room to negotiate upwards if necessary. But don't make a ridiculously low offer, or you might offend the seller, and they won't want to deal with you at all. Be realistic, but aim to get the best possible price for yourself. It's a bit of a dance. Be polite, friendly, but firm. Explain your position. If they counter your offer, consider it. Maybe you can meet in the middle. Sometimes, a bit of friendly chat can help build rapport with the seller, making them more willing to strike a deal. Remember, you're trying to buy low. Every pound you save on the purchase price is a pound more profit when you sell. Once you agree on a price, shake hands, get the paperwork sorted, V5C receipt, and get it bought. Lovely jubbly. Section 7. Adding value, quick fixes and a bit of polish. So, you've got your new motor back to your workshop or even just your driveway. Now how do we add some value before we sell it on? You don't always need to do massive mechanical jobs. Often it's the simple, cheap fixes and a good cleanup that make the biggest difference to the sale price. Presentation is everything. A car that looks clean and well cared for will always attract more buyers and a higher price. First impressions are critical for potential buyers. Start with a really thorough clean, inside and out. A proper valet can transform a car. Wash and polish the paintwork. Clean the wheels properly, including the tires. Hoover the interior meticulously, seats, carpets, boot. Clean the dashboard and all the plastic trim. Clean the windows until they sparkle. You'd be amazed how much better a car looks and smells after a deep clean. This alone can add hundreds to its perceived value for very little outlay. It's the cheapest way to add appeal. Next, look at any small, easy fixes. Are there any blown bulbs? Replace them. Is a bit of trim loose? Secure it. Scratched plastic trim inside? There are products that can improve that. Even topping up the screen wash makes a good impression. If you're a bit handy, maybe you can tackle small mechanical jobs like changing the oil and filter, or replacing spark plugs or air filters. These don't cost much in parts, but show the car has been maintained. Keep receipts for any parts you buy. Don't go overboard on expensive repairs unless you're sure you'll get the money back. The key is improvements. Focus on things that buyers will notice and appreciate. A fresh set of wheel trims can lift the look of a car with steel wheels. Touching up minor stone chips on the bonnet is a good idea. The aim is to make the car as presentable as possible, highlighting its good points and minimizing any small cosmetic flaws. This careful preparation is what sets your car apart. Section 8. Showtime. Getting your car sold for top dollar. You've bought a car, cleaned it, fixed it up, and now it's looking fantastic. It's showtime. Time to get it sold and make that profit. How you market your car is just as important as the prep work. First things first, take brilliant photos. This is so important. Wait for a nice bright day but not direct harsh sunlight. Find a clean, uncluttered background. Take lots of photos, front, back, sides, three-quarter angles, close-ups of the wheels, and plenty of good shots of the interior dashboard, seats, boot. Next, write a cracking advert. Be honest but positive. Highlight all the good points. Low mileage, new parts you fitted, long MOT, service history. Mention the make, model, year, mileage, engine size, and key features. If there are any minor faults you haven't fixed, be upfront about them. It builds trust. Use clear, simple language. Think about what a buyer wants to know. A well-written, detailed advert with great photos will get you way more interest than a lazy one. Put some effort in. Where should you advertise? Online is usually best these days. Websites like AutoTrader, eBay Motors, Gumtree, and Facebook Marketplace are all popular. Some cars, especially classics or specialist models, might do well on dedicated owners club forums or specialist classified sites. Consider the type of car and who your target buyer is. Set a realistic price. Look at what similar cars are selling for and price yours competitively, but with room for a little negotiation. Don't undersell your hard work. When people contact you, be polite and helpful. Arrange viewings at a time that suits you, preferably in daylight. Let them inspect the car thoroughly and be prepared to take them for a test drive. Make sure your insurance covers this or go with them. be ready to answer questions honestly. When it comes to negotiating the sale price, be firm but fair. Once you agree on a price, sort out the payment, cash or bank transfer is best, and the paperwork, V5C transfer. Then, wave goodbye to the car and hello to your profit. Section 9. Your flipping adventure starts now. So, there you have it. The exciting world of car flipping. It's not just about making money though, that's a very nice part of it, isn't it? It's about the thrill of the hunt, finding that diamond in the rough. It's about using your skills and knowledge to transform a neglected motor into something desirable. There's a real satisfaction in seeing a car you've worked on drive away with a happy new owner, knowing you've made a tidy profit in the process. It's a fantastic feeling, trust me. It does take a bit of patience and a willingness to learn. You might not get it perfect on your first flip. You might make a few mistakes along the way. That's okay. Every car you buy and sell is a learning experience. You'll get better at spotting bargains, better at inspecting, better at negotiating, and better at selling. Start small. Maybe find a cheap runaround that just needs a good clean and a service. Build your confidence in your budget gradually. Don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. You don't need a massive workshop or thousands of pounds worth of tools to start. A bit of common sense, some basic tools, and a lot of enthusiasm can take you a long way. Remember the key steps: research thoroughly, inspect carefully, negotiate smartly, add value wisely, and market effectively. Follow these, and you'll be well on your way to making some serious wedge from flipping cars. It's a proper buzz. The potential is huge. Whether you want to make a bit of extra cash on the side or eventually turn it into a full-time business, car flipping can be incredibly rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Get out there, start looking, do your homework, and find that first deal. Your car flipping adventure starts right now. Go on, hold your hand out and get it bought. You can do it. Good luck and happy flipping, motorsport fans.